So we are pretty well set up, right? We are. We got the scouting and everything set up. We're ready to go for the start of the new year. And I do think we're going to run with the Lions as they are, which is hilarious. A +5 of Brandon Sutter, Jaden Summers, and Tyrone Carlson. 2 DFDs and a grinder. In case you ever needed enough of an example that the chemistry system is broken and that X factors mean too much versus where players should play in terms of, position and player type. There you go. That's all you need to know about this game is chemistry. The only thing that matters is X factors. That's it. That is it. But Sutter is the medium top 4, medium 6 for Summers, and the medium elite Carlson. We have Holt as a medium 6, Bowden's as a medium 6, and then Sigalet still as a medium elite. Trying to get him to develop. Froats was a low 6, medium bottom 6, and then low 9 for Maurice Brule, who did have seeing eye. So it's an interesting little team. And then defensively, it's great, except for Joseph. But like I said, we're going to keep using Joseph for now, but Morrow and Piper really developed. We're going to keep using Joseph for now just to see if time at forward will benefit these guys at all. And the goalies are the same exact as they were last year. AHL-wise, I really haven't even looked at this. Elliot Anderson can still be the backup. Defensively, let's take out Forbert for White. So the AHL roster is actually going to be pretty strong because we have some guys that are actually half decent, that are like NHL caliber overalls that are down here in the AHL to try and see some improvements. At least that's the hope. Including the great Eli Manning. Up since 5 a.m. did 8 hours of work, 6 hours driving. Jesus, player of the week, go to bed. I'm glad you're here, but go to bed. Let's look at the new boys here. We don't have too many. Will any one of them become the face of the franchise? Of course, Fowler was here last year. So the new addition is Amir Cheng, who was our first-round pick this year. Amir Cheng. What a man. Again, our team loves the sideburns. Loves them. Big fan of the sideburns, this team. On the right, we got Maurice Brule with his low 9 potential. Maurice Brule. The mustache of power. The mustache of power. It's beautiful. And then Callie Sundqvist as well. Callie Sundqvist, sideburns, draft to glory, basically. Callie Sundqvist. We have more blondes in the mix now, and that's important. Blondes are crucial to our success. Left wing side, nothing. And then center-wise, Jaden Summers is the other big addition of the last drafts. Good old Jaden Summers. Love the hair. It's a hell of a look. It's a hell of a look. Muted, what's up? And then Ricardo Reed, as well, has made this team. Again, I hate low top 6 as a potential. I don't know if any of these guys with it will develop. But, there you go. No, gotta be honest, no, like, crazy haircuts, no nothing. It's just like, yeah, they're dudes. And that really is the best way to describe this team right now. Like, yeah, they're dudes. That's about it. Guys being dudes. So last year we hit, 31 wins? So we will have it be, do we win? Let's see. It'll be 30 or more wins. Actually, let's do 31 or more wins. That is the question as to what this team will accomplish after last season. And really quickly, let me go ahead and save. I think we'll also take a look at our record book at this stage because we are a decent ways into this so far. For the record, NHL records, Thornton took the record for most games played. Ovi, of course, absolutely destroyed the goal-scoring record, as he pretty much always does. Sidney Crosby, though, 3rd for points. 5th all-time in assists. Not too bad. In terms of franchise for the Goons, yeah, unsurprisingly, a lot of Tyrone Carlson, a lot of Nick Delorier, and a lot of Dmitry Kvasha. He has already proved himself to be the best goaltender that we have had so far. Our ratings for this year, again, at beautiful McDonough Coliseum. Our ratings for the year, 61, 83, and an 84. So our offense is finally at a 60+. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's see what happens. I think we're good. I'm kind of upset we still have so many goddamn defensemen having to play forward, but it's just what we're dealing with. We won 30 games last year, ended up with the 4th overall pick, which sucks. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, what are you gonna do? We tried, you know. A top 4 pick would have been phenomenal, but just didn't happen. Just didn't happen, did it? But we have a winning record heading into November. Oh my God, 8-5-2. Win a game and then get absolutely smacked. I'm not getting my hopes up for this season. Let's be honest, making the playoffs would be an outright disaster for us, but who's to say? Who's to say? Bread is God. Thank you very much for the raid. How did the stream go? How the heck are you? I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to not pay attention to this team because normally when we don't pay attention, good things happen. Unfortunately, the game knows I'm actively trying to not pay attention because now the record is slipping a little bit. So, waiting for the NyQuil to kick. That's the way to do it, Loca. That is the way to do it. My goodness. 17 wins, though. Getting close to February. We're going to take a look at the stats for the team here on February 2nd, 19 and 26. 5 overtime losses. Brandon Sutter is our leading scorer. Carlson on 29 points. Jaden Summers is way out of his depth. Way out of his depth. Sigalet's up by another 2 overall, though. Brulé's gotten a little bit better. Damn. 23 points from Morrow. Even Joseph hasn't been particularly brutal. Kvasha has a 920 save percentage. Amazing. And honestly, to keep the +5, I think we keep that there. I do think we could change some things about the team. I mean, damn, we could certainly call Theo Barlow back up, but maybe he'll benefit more from being a top-line guy in the AHL. Let's go ahead and go best lines just to see if certain progressions kicked in. We'll take Derek Forbett out from White again. And we'll leave it at that. We'll drop White down to the 4th line, though. Or 3rd pair, I should say. Let's keep it going. I think I could change up certain things, but, you know, gotta wake up early. I totally understand. It won't be a super long stream for me either tonight for that reason. A happy Thanksgiving to you as well. And thank you again for the raid. All right, chat. Will we hit 30? Will we improve upon 30? That's the question. We hit 30 last year. It's not looking like it. Now, at the beginning of February, I did change the team back around last year. I just don't know if I want to do that this year. Thanksgiving already happened. Nobody cares about Canadian Thanksgiving. USA. USA. JT Compher's on waivers. Absolutely not. 26, 32, and 7. Let's just keep it. For the entire season, let's just keep it and see what happens. It's clear that we have a team that could do it. 30 wins. Look at that, 4 out of 5. There's 31. And there's 32. Congrats to those that bet the over. They got it done. Right at the death. 34, 41, and 7. A new franchise best record. As Gabriel Holt ended up leading the team in points. Let's take a look at the club here. As we did not even finish last in our division, the Carolina Hurricanes won the President's Trophy by 1 point. And we were even better than we were last year. We finished 28th instead of 30th. Barely, by 1 point over the Devils and the Chicago hockey team. 2 points over Boston. This time it was Minnesota that was absolutely tragic. We scored a league fewest 195 goals, but only 249 goals against. So we had an average defense and goaltending. Our offense sucked, but it was good enough
to
not finish dead last. Shout out to Titler. Is that like Hitler, but with massive tits? I don't know where I can go with this joke. I don't know where I can go with that joke. Where can I go with this joke? They would have been an even bigger fan of him in Japan, am I right? Okay, there it is. Anyway, in terms of our forwards, Gabriel Holt, 52 points. You got Kolosov, Bowden's up there with 39, H. Froats with 36. Brule, 4 goals this year. Yeah, no 30-goal score this year, at least for the actual forwards. And then defensively, Bear Piper. That's the common theme for the nickname. Fair enough. I'm glad that's not the case. Welcome aboard. With a name like that, though, you have to know that a streamer is going to presume it's a troll. Bear Piper outscored Sutter and Carlson, despite the latter two playing at forward this year. Look at these defensemen. Now, you could argue it's because somebody has to score goddamn goals for this team. But holy hell. And then Kavasha and Blomqvist were both solid. Blomqvist has had a pretty rough time. A pretty rough time in terms of getting actual wins, but not a bad season for us. McKinnon, Matthews, Draisaitl, and McDavid all hit at least 100 points. Connor Bedard, 451 points in 492 games. The Philadelphia Flyers. Goal-scoring king, 52 from McKinnon, beat Bedard's 50. You had Shing and Silvergard up there again. And defensively, Hedman, Hughes, Fox, Makar. Goal-scoring king was Dougie Hamilton, now in St. Louis with 21. Winning us goalie, Mackenzie Blackwood again. Shutout leader was Spencer Knight with 9. And Shesterkin again. Going to lead in terms of save percentage. The rookie race will go to Berkeley Caton for the Philadelphia Flyers. Philippi Otereis. The old Otterize, but I refuse to call it Otterize. I will say Otereis was up there as well. So, again, not a bad season for us. The AHL, hey, there it is. The Bruisers back in the playoffs for the first time since their Calder Cup win. Nearly took the conference. They finished 1 point back in the Marlies. No surprise. We gave them their best roster in years, and Theo Barlow has thrived in the AHL. A lot of these guys have, instead of being completely out of their depth at the NHL level. So we will have a potential Calder Cup run to follow. It's Butte against Laval in round number 1. And Butte just got kicked in the Butte. A sweep by the Laval Rocket. Well, that was fun while it lasted. To the draft we go. Son of a bitch.
Oh, good for you.
Shout out to Baumick, I'm guessing. The Detroit Red Wings. Thank you for the follow. The Detroit Red Wings have won the Stanley Cup. The Buttes got yeeted out of the playoffs. Detroit wins the Stanley Cup, beating Edmonton in 5. And Abbotsford beat the Providence Bruins in 5 as well. The Eyes Are Plan indeed lives. Moritz Seider and company, Stanley Cup champions. Philip Zadina, Lucas Raymond. They added Emil Bemstrom. Aka Pelletier. A lot of that core is intact, though. You see Saros, though, in goal. 944 save percentage, just a little bit different. That is another different cup winner. We've yet to have two teams win the same... or yet to have two teams win the cup. This is a 48-team franchise that started with the Leafs. It is not. I might bring that back, to be honest. I started that when NHL just came out. And unfortunately, franchise mode, when this game first came out, was a friggin' disaster. But I might very well bring that back soon, to be honest, kind of after the next couple days worth of holidays here in the U.S. See the individual awards. McKinnon wins the Art Ross, as well as the Hart. Hedman wins his 3rd Norris in 4 years. Calder does go to Catton. Lucas Raymond wins the Conn Smythe. Shesterkin the Vezina. Lindgren wins his 3rd Masterton. Lowe finally wins another Jick Adams after a year off. Selke to Sasha Barkov. McKinnon to Ted Lindsay. Rocket Richard to Nathan McKinnon. AHL-wise, is original 6-2 boring to do long-term? I don't think so. I think it could be fun. Tactics had a video out about that today. He did, I think, a fantasy draft for 6 teams. Check that out if you haven't. Theo Barlow scored the most points in the AHL. He was also league MVP. Hedstrom scored the most goals. This team got swept in round 1, by the way. Haimasami, top defender. Alnefelt, top goalie. MVP of the playoffs is a dude named Recchi. There you go. This season, done and dusted. Our best season yet. We are slowly crawling out of the basement of the league. Philip Morrow now showing up as a 90, which is absurd. Great development for Holt, Donald Pasquale. Sigalet's up to a 72. I don't think he'll ever truly be useful at the NHL level. Good improvement for some of these other guys as well. But still some low ratings. Still some low ratings, unfortunately. That's our biggest issue. So the question is the draft class, knowing that we're probably going to have as low of a pick as we've ever. Unless we were to actually be the ones with lottery luck. Who's in this draft class? Wow, there hasn't been a single power forward projected top 5. Mikhail Zibanejad 5'8", there's no way. So we don't really have pressure in this lottery because the top player we can draft is Lasse Ristolainen. It's going to be another defender. Woo! All right. Well, we know who we're getting, and we're guaranteed to be able to get him. No drama heading into this draft. We move up from 6 to 2. Allow me to show you a custom in Trinidad and Tobago. It's called the TAT Drawbridge, and you just... Especially after losing out on the lottery last year to a team that jumped up from 14th to 4th. Sidney Crosby retires as a Leaf. Brad Marchand retires in Buffalo. Bergeron in Vegas. That is a massive, massive retirement class there. Petrangelo gone as well. Goalie-wise, Freddie Anderson, Grubauer, Francois. Damn. All right. Let's see what happens. I mean, we pretty much know how round 1's going to go for us. Having the 2nd overall pick means absolutely nothing. Let's take the Bruins' time, though, to kind of plan out our course of action here. But it is Ristolainen. I get taking a defender named Ristolainen can be viewed as quite risky. But that is likely our destination. Unless there is a rando forward. Trade backs are never a thing in Draft Glory. And it doesn't look like there's going to be that option for us. So goalie-wise, Palin could be a second rounder if we really wanted him. Defensively, Clinton Murley doesn't top Ristolainen, who again is 3 years out, but we know is a medium elite. Lawrence Spencer, B's and C's, unconfirmed wheels, too big of a risk. Also, Lawrence Spencer might be available to us in round number 2. Here's hoping. We might have finished too high up, though. Rodrigo Hawley, 2 years out, unconfirmed wheels. Rod Legg. Not looking good. And Cahill, it's going to be this defenseman. There was one forward, Robert Hedberg. A medium elite defensive defenseman who is 3 years out from being ready. Confirmed wheels in reverse, back at you, quick pick, and bouncer. Or Robert Hedberg. 1 year out. He's 1 year out. Don't know about X Factors. Like, this would be the definition of risking it. Just to get an actual forward instead of taking Ristolainen.
Here comes a pizza, see it?
Frankie, thank you for the 44 months. I do appreciate you.
The Patriots jacket, and of course,
how are you tonight, buddy?
Ball game for ruining a good piece of pizza.
Oh my God, Robert Hedberg or Lassi Ristolainen. Any other series, you take Ristolainen, no questions asked. But in a draft of glory such as this, the fact he's 17 and actually put up points in Sweden. The only reason why I'm tempted to not take Hedberg is because he is not a confirmed grinder. Although at 6'3", 209, he should be. D in skating, but he has wheels and in reverse. Yeah, Hedberg's going to be low 70s. I can't believe I'm tempted to pass on Lassi Ristolainen, but it only continues to add to the issue that we have of not having natural forwards. I honestly think I have to go for Hedberg. As insane as that is. Like, I look at this guy, I look at Ristolainen, but... Well, then again, though, if we play Ristolainen at forward, he has wheels. He'll be able to get good chemistry on whatever line he's on. Now that we know just how broken chemistry is in this game, I'm going to go for Hedberg, but I don't feel great about it. I got to be honest. I don't feel great about it. Robert, please put my mind at ease. '73 overall, 17 years old, medium top 6, has truculence and bouncer. Has a hell of a shot. That's a decent pick. That's a decent pick. He's pretty good. I was hoping he would, in fact, have a gold X Factor. He did not. We just missed out on Spencer, a low elite. Oh, my God. If we sucked this year, we would have also gotten Lawrence Spencer, who we now do not end up with. Risto is a 62 medium elite at 18 years old. So an 11 overall point advantage. The difference is the potential and the X factors. Did we make the right choice? Time will tell. I feel like we did, but we could be proven wrong. I think, again, we need to continue our track record of a good second-round pickup before it falls to shit to really kind of salvage this draft. He's not the best forward on the team yet. He might end up being that sooner rather than later. We got 2 minutes here. A lot of goalies. A lot of goalies. Let me double check outright potential. And of course, not looking too good on that front. A near low elite power forward, Liam Franzen. We'll be able to get him later, though. So for goalies, there's Palin and Letowski. It's just not what we need, though. Defensively, there's Guy Carl, 3 years out. Andrew Chuck. Andrew Chuck has confirmed back at you and stick him up. So he jumps over Carl. There's Nasir Weaver. Unconfirmed wheels. And then Torsten Ekholm. Right now, Andrew Chuck. My favorite out of this bunch. What do we got out of forwards here? Denisov, B's and C's, 3 years out. No abilities confirmed. Cam Cheng. No abilities. Marcus Albaline. Unconfirmed abilities. 4 years out. Walker Fistrick. 3 years out. No abilities. And Xander Fair. I don't think we can trust that. I wish we could. But he's 20 years old. The best player is that defender and Andrew Chuck. Let's take Harry Andrew Chuck with this one. 61 low top 4. Has a shitload of abilities, though. But him being a low top 4 is pretty depressing. Who could we have gotten instead? Palin was a medium elite. No surprise there. Carl was a 61 medium 4. No abilities, though. I'd rather have the guy with abilities. Albaline would have been a good pick. I just didn't risk it for him. I should have. I risked it for the forward in the first round. I didn't want to do it in the second round, but I should have. Medium top 6, 17, 61. Stoppable force, no contest. Jesus Christmas Buffalo. Oh my God. Only we could have drafted a two-way. Holy shit. Denisov is a grinder with no abilities. Ekholm wasn't that good. Fistrick, medium 9. We could have gone for the one forward. Do a little bit better. Honestly, Xander Fair, I mean, he's a 65 at 20 years old. I don't think we did poorly, but I also don't think we hit a home run with the first 2 rounds here. I really need a good third-round pick for the first time. That would be phenomenal. Off of how this is looking, though, I am not holding my breath. Of course, that guy's an offensive defenseman. I don't think I can take any goalies at this stage. Even if they end up being good. That is just such a risk. There is a medium top 4 potential defender there. I really might have to just start doing nothing but drafting forwards. Just to hope. Yeah, there's no, like, guaranteed franchise level goalie. So, yeah, we'll hold off there. Defensively, Flynn's not going to be good enough. Allanen, 5 years out at 18, unconfirmed ability. Marty Davis not looking that good. We're definitely looking at forwards then at this stage. It's going to be one of these 6. Abel Blanchard. 5 years out at 18 versus Braden Kang. 4 years out at 18. Kang's in the lead. Raymond Harding. 5 years out at 17, but we know his potential, which might not be a bad thing. Ryan Setaguchi. 4 years out at 18. A couple of unconfirmed abilities from Moses, and then Teuton. 5 years out at 17, more unconfirmed abilities. Let's go with Raymond Harding. Let's not even risk it. Let's just take someone who's going to be okay. Him being a 56 is a little bit disappointing. Man, these drafts outside of the top 2 picks, it has been rough. Teuton was a 58. Setaguchi was a 58. It really wouldn't have made that much of a difference. Blanchard was a 56. Yeah, unless we were goalie shopping, which we weren't, it didn't make too much of a difference. Do we have anything else going on here? Anything else at all? There is a near low elite still in Franzen that we saw earlier. The Grinder and Para. Jesse Weeks on defense. Maybe, just maybe. Gaspard Fontaine might be half decent. I can't imagine actively taking someone as a low 4. That potential has been absolutely horrific. We'll pin these goalies, but I can't imagine I'm going to take any of them. And then near confirmed medium 9s. All right. So we're not going to worry about goalies for the moment, although Bob Koff, unconfirmed, no timer. St. Louis, confirmed butterfly effects. Noakes with unconfirmed light work. Player of the week, take it easy. You need to get some sleep. So go get some sleep. Defensively. Not looking good. Is not looking good. At all. Alex, how are you? Been a little bit. All right. For the love of God, give me a forward here. Bronzen's 20 and 5 years out. Oh my God. And then there's Jackson Penner. 5 years out, unconfirmed, unstoppable force. Jesus. Just based off of where he's projected to go, let's take Connor Shen from Hamilton. Low top 9. Yeah, no surprise there. I have no idea what the hell just happened because I'm not supposed to be able to get trade offers, so that was really weird. Round 5. We'll just work our way through these forwards. Jackson Penner, I mean, none of these defenders were amazing looking on paper. We need forwards. Let's go for Jackson Penner. Medium bottom 6 power forward, not great. Is this round 6 or round 7? This is round 6. Par is probably going to be terrible. Let's take Liam Franzen with this pick. 52 overall, low elite at 20 years old. If he hits a 72 within like the next 2 seasons, I'd be happy. Good luck with that, though. And that last forward there, I mean, he's projected to go super late, so I can't imagine it'll work out. But we need forwards. Jonathan Para. Low bottom 6 grinder. Oof. Not the worst, not the best with Hedberg and Andreychuk, but the one thing we've been missing is the same thing we're going to continue to miss, and that is somebody who can carry this team offensively. We simply have not been able to find elite offensive forwards. We're going to let go of Wayne Lackey, who was a 4th rounder in 2027. No reason to sign him. Defensively, qualify Bear Piper. I mean, look at this defense, man. Jesus. Sigalet, we're going to qualify. Day is still only 20, so we can qualify him. We know we're going to get rid of Derek Forbert. I don't know about Kai Gorodov and Coop. Or Cutler, for that matter. And there's Joseph with his fucking abilities, so he'll pretty much always have a spot on this team, even in the AHL. Let's see, on the wing, Landeskog is not amazing, but we'll probably have to keep he and Person just because what other options do we have? Barlow certainly stays. There's no way his overall should have dropped after winning AHL Player of the Season, by the way. So if his overall dropped, I'm going to be pissed. Because that's inexcusable. Abilities do give you boost in trade value, yes, but we're not allowed to trade is the problem. Kolosov will be kept. Hedberg will obviously be signed. Hedstrom can stay based off of his rating. Radiev and Penner. Right now, I'm just trying to play it safe in knowing that we have the right amount of space. Let's advance a day. Let's go over to the defensive side of things. So, Bear Piper. Give him $10 million for 4 years and then pay him a shitload more down the road. All right, let's double check how many guys we have here. Andrechuk, by the way, was Austrian, I believe, so we can sign him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, honestly, the trio of Maxim Kaigorodov, who was a 5th rounder in 2022. Benjamin Coop, who was a 3rd rounder, 69th overall in 2022. And Nicholas Cutler, the enforcer, 6th rounder in 2025. We can drop the 3 of them and prioritize other options. Although, I mean, the question is how many of the, do we need these guys for the AHL at all? How many defensemen are actually going to get to play at the NHL level this year? I think we'll leave it that way, though. For the forwards, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then from Huselius, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 1, 2, 3. Let's go 1, 2, 3. 3 extra of forward. Maybe more, because Franzen's going to be signed and immediately played at the NHL level. And then we've hit the point where some of these guys won't be auto-signed. So, Kondratiev, Funk, Koroluk. Kondratiev is 5th rounder in 2023. Funk is a 7th rounder from 2022. Koroluk is a 6th rounder from 2023. Yeah, our low drafting has not had a very high success rate. Jake, hello. There we go. I think we have our setup here heading into the next year. So in terms of UFAs, Coop is going to go. And then in terms of RFAs, the unqualified here are going to be dropped. And we'll just leave everybody else with the qualifying rights. I don't think we really have to worry about signing them. Should be okay. Would hope. Most of them are going to accept. I can't imagine many of them are going to be overly expensive or highly sought after. Let's go over to the coaching staff, yeah. See what we got. We need a goalie coach. Aside from that, our staff is still okay. We did have Wheelkoch drop in rating, but It's really not even worth scrolling all the way up just to get that fucking good coach. There's a C- goalie coach, but we're going to go for this guy right here. Aiden Menard. How would you like to be the goalie coach of the Trinidad and Tobago Goonfish next season? We have 4 staff spots. Scout spots. There we go. Endo or not, we played 2 games and they went fucking terribly. And I'm probably going to call it early. So you missed out, buddy. You missed out. I don't know. No synergy. Oh, no. Sim was there. He was just as miserable as I was with how the games went. All right. Let's hit Sim the next season. And I do kind of want to get a little preview of what our team... You misread what I said there. I see what you mean now. That's a great pun. Well done. GG's. What a great pun. All right, there we go. Yeah, all of our RFAs are accepting. So what the hell is this team going to look like? I don't want to wait for my life to be over. I don't want to wait for, like, tomorrow. You know? Jake, thank you. We had fun with that one. I don't want to wait until tomorrow to kind of know if we're going to be running all forwards at forward. San Jose is interested in Barlow, but I need a cap whale. So hopefully he bounces back up to a 76 and doesn't stay at a 73 because that is some bullshit. But we're going to give Barlow that boost in salary. That way he doesn't leave. And that way we're looking good. That way he's like, ooh, we got some decent little forward ratings there. Nice little sneak peek. So let's see. In theory, Kvasham, Blomqvist, 2 awesome goalies. We also have Anderson, who jumped Vinny. Medium elite Elliot Anderson is now in the picture in goal. Very interesting. Okay. Defensively, oh my God, who would have thought Philip Morrow, first overall. So Morrow, Piper, look at this friggin' defense, my dudes. This is unbelievable. This is unreal. So in theory, what if we were to just send down the lowest rated guys and we just play our 12 best forwards and our 6 best defensemen? What if that were to be the deal? I think we'd call it Belfour as a medium 9 instead of Person. I'm going to have to look around a lot. You know, look at our X Factor options, stuff like that. Because AHL-wise, do we want Summers and Andreychuk in the AHL? I mean, shit, Andreychuk's a defenseman, so. But NHL-wise, if we go with our highest-rated forwards and defenders, we end up with this. The defense is fucking hilarious. Like, come on. The defense, that's a joke how good it is. Unreal. Person didn't get put down? You're right, he didn't. Thank you. Must have misclicked. Or not clicked his name properly. All right. Wow, so Barlow goes down to the AHL, wins Player of the Year, and went down in rating. Awesome. Dima, I'm not checking the board until it's almost time for the draft, so. I just don't know if I'm going to play these guys based off of best available. You know? Just don't know if I am. I mean, again, someone like Franzen, 20 years old, low elite, the only chance he has of developing is being at the NHL level. Summers, you could argue, would do well at the AHL level, but you play him at the NHL level, he could get even better. Like Cheng at 19, Sigalet, the medium elite, who's slowly but surely getting better. Do I want to alter those plans? We can finally tell Khalil Joseph to piss off. Or even then, we can play him because he wasn't that bad. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, it's crazy how good this team is defensively. It's just forwards. The forwards have not developed at all. So I'm going to have to poke around with that quite a bit to see kind of what direction we want to go.